everyone, it's Jack from Cultaholic.com, back again with another heady dose of wrestling news from around the world of wrestling. We have some massive news of a potential rumoured matchup, a singles match for none other than HBK, Shawn Michaels. Also, a big return happened on Impact Wrestling last night, and also in other Impact Wrestling news, they've announced some dates in a new town, showing another sign of their continued expansion throughout the wrestling world. Exciting times for Impact Wrestling, exciting times for Shawn Michaels, if these rumours are to be believed. Let's get into it and let's look at all of the news. Now, this Shawn Michaels news comes courtesy of @WrestleVotes on Twitter, which have broken several sort of big scoops over the past year or so, but at the same time, it's always a bit iffy to trust these Twitter accounts, fully, as much as you would a more reliable, more authorized news source out there on the internet. So I guess while we shouldn't, say that this is completely true, it still stands a decent chance of being true, I think, given the Twitter account in question's previous record. So the established rumour that's been going around for a long time now, and that everyone's kind of accepted as true, is that Shawn Michaels will be returning to in-ring action at Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia, teaming alongside his DX partner Triple H against the Brothers of Destruction, Kane and The Undertaker. But this new story, this new rumour that's come to light, insinuates that Michaels may well be returning for a singles match, although the date of it isn't exactly known, but it's split between two potential pay-per-views. The Twitter account said, many people want it for the Royal Rumble in January, but apparently the official word is that it's going to be at Survivor Series in Los Angeles. And if this story is to be believed, then it doesn't exactly take a genius to work out Michaels' most likely opponent. That would be none other than The Undertaker. Obviously, Undertaker and Michaels have one of the most storied rivalries in the history of wrestling, especially one told over so many decades. Michaels, of course, was retired by The Undertaker in that career versus streak match in the main event of WrestleMania 26, and quite surprisingly for a wrestler, he has since stuck to his word. He has never wrestled a match ever since that main event of WrestleMania, but I guess the story will be that Undertaker is the only man, if Undertaker's the man who retired him, he's the only man who can bring him out of retirement. And that sort of all feeds into the promos that have been going on Monday Night Raw in the build-up to this rumoured tag match at Crown Jewel, or indeed the Undertaker Triple H match at Super Showdown. So basically, the line of thinking that everyone's talking about around Twitter and social media and stuff seems to be that Undertaker is the man who retired him, he's the only man who can bring him back. And it was backed up by Undertaker's words that, Michaels, why did you retire? Michaels came back and said, out of respect. Undertaker said, I don't know about that, I think you were scared of me. It all seems to be leading to a singles match between the two. And if this Twitter account is to be believed, then it will be taking place sooner than I guess all of us could have imagined, at Survivor Series in LA. In other news, a big star returned to Impact Wrestling to stake her claim for the Impact Knockouts Championship, and that woman was none other than Taya Valkyrie. Now, Taya is one of the biggest female independent wrestling stars in North America, not just in the United States, but in Mexico as well, where she does quite a lot of work. She returned to Impact on last night's episode, challenging Tessa Blanchard for a shot at Tessa's Knockouts Championship at Bound for Glory, which I believe takes place on October 14th. 13th or 14th, but I think 14th. Now, I know when I say the words Impact Wrestling and return in the same sentence, you're picturing maybe the dark days of TNA when we'd have nonsensical returns for no reason, but this one makes sense. I mean, Taya Valkyrie's a very strong competitor. Tessa Blanchard is on the end of a massive push right now. She's looking like one of the strongest independent women's wrestlers in the world right now. And I think it's just quite a simple build to what will hopefully be a very, very good match at Bound for Glory between two excellent wrestlers. It's really a sign of Impact continuing to turn things around over the course of 2018. They've refocused more on less convoluted storylines, more easily accessible storylines, I guess, for crowds to get into, but that certainly hasn't sacrificed any level of quality. The storylines are in fact better, in my opinion, for their increased simplicity. And speaking of Impact Wrestling, their continued expansion is showing no signs of slowing down, because they recently announced that they will be having 3 taping dates in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the aftermath of Bound for Glory in November sort of time. So this is another sign again of Impact continuing to grow and expand. Obviously, they've held shows in Canada, they've announced New York, and now they're going out west to Las Vegas. So gone are the days when Impact was just a promotion kind of confined to Florida, and before that I guess you could argue confined to sort of the Tennessee area. Now they're really becoming a more continental brand, and I think that's only healthy for the pro wrestling business. So that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching this news piece. I've been Jack from Cultaholic.com. You can follow me on Twitter if you like, at JackTheJobber. You can follow all of us at Cultaholic, and check us out on Patreon as well, patreon.com/Cultaholic. And never forget, of course, to hit subscribe and to join us.